What's something you didn't think would exist 10 years ago?
Hoverboards.
Airdrop?
Cybertruck.
What is happening?
Man, I was very excited to do this podcast. That answer just went so many different directions. No, see, not get into that. Well, let's get into it.
Would you say an air truck?
I said airdrop.
Airdrop?
Airdrop? Oh, that's a good one.
That's...
But there was Bluetooth sharing back then.
Right,
so.
No, but like airdrop, like literally sending
Like,
files and
right.
pictures and videos over.
It's just quick.
You couldn't do that over Bluetooth, could you?
Yeah.
You could?
Yeah, but you had to do one
what?
thing at a
Yeah,
time,
it was
and
one
that shit
thing
would
at a
take
time.
forever.
But like, you could imagine that it would get better.
It could, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I just needed something
that
that
was a good answer if
I
that didn't
appreciate.
exist.
What did you say?
I said a hoverboard.
A hoverboard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the ones that you lean on,
Yeah.
go back and forth?
Yeah.
Wait, what year did those come out? 2014?
But did you
Yeah.
ever see that, like, or imagine that?
I mean, yeah, like Back to the Future, they had like actual hover boards,
yeah.
but I was like, it's not gonna happen anytime soon.
But they're still not, like, hovering,
Yeah.
right? Technically?
No, they're not hovering at all. But I don't know. I just never thought it'd be like that quick.
But the water ones make it seem like it.
Yeah.
You know, the water boards?
The water ones, yeah.
And then there's the ones that, like, that guy who dressed up like Iron Man and, like, uses
Oh yeah.
actual air or something
Air
to, like,
jetpack
push
or
off.
something. Yeah.
So that's hovering.
Yeah.
So that exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
did
said,
you say?
I said Cybertrucks, like the Tesla Cybertruck.
Why? What about that is so...
It's still
intriguing
in
to
my
you?
mind. It's just too futuristic.
It
Like, it looks like
Yeah,
something.
Looking?
Looking in, like the fact that it's completely electric, like that's kind of crazy.
I figured
Yeah.
electric stuff, but wait, guys, can I change my answer?
To what?
I want to change to FaceTime, because remember when Beyonce put out that song?
FaceTime?
Yeah.
FaceTime came out in 2010.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Okay, can I explain why I said FaceTime? Do you remember when Beyonce put out that song Video Phone? If you want me, you can catch
I've
me
heard
on
of
your
it. I've heard
video
of
I don't think I've seen the
phone.
video.
Yeah.
And she made it sound like, and she made this like futuristic looking video, and it was like, you can catch me on your video phone, and that wasn't even like a thing.
Yeah, well,
Like
that
she invented FaceTime
it's
before it was
irrelevant to the question
FaceTime.
because 10 years ago it existed.
I don't think it existed 10
It
years
existed.
ago.
There was Skype and stuff like.
But
just-
video phone.
But iPhones were around in 2010, so then
But FaceTime, like the
But-
front camera
and
wasn't.
they had that.
FaceTime came out in 2010.
The
I
front
got my
camera.
first iPod Touch, and I was FaceTiming people when it first came out in 2010.
Shamir, nobody needs your like facts.
All right. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in to an episode of Strange Flavors. My name is Shimmer,
For us.
My name is Amber.
and this is brought to you by Alif Theory. You can catch us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can watch this podcast on YouTube and listen to it everywhere where you listen to your podcast: Spotify, Stitcher. Where else?
SoundCloud,
Apple Podcast. And yes, if you want to
All
email
right.
us cool questions or your music or anything, it's at strangeflavorspodcast@gmail.com.
We're on episode 96, people.
Oh,
Getting
snap.
close
They
to
said we
100.
couldn't do it, and we couldn't.
Wait, who
We
said?
really
who said
couldn't.
we couldn't do it?
We did.
We,
Oh yeah.
I was referring to they as we.
We
as
are
in past us.
Well, we're doing at least one more episode before the
At
new
least
year.
one
So,
more.
but we've been consistent in the last one. So
Yeah, there you
hopefully,
go.
by the new year we get to close to that number. Yeah. So like as Shamir was saying, send us emails on strangeflavorspodcast@gmail.com. We actually have one in right now, but before that, I want to shout out to our merch. You can get our merch at aliftheory.com/shop. What?
He said it like it was a person.
Shout out merch.
Shout out to
My
our
guy,
merch.
shout out my guy
Yo.
merch. He's been holding it down. Sometimes he comes, sometimes he leaves, sometimes he's brand new, sometimes he's with the old school. You know what I mean?
But they are reduced price, so.
They're reduced price and they're going quick. And also, if you want to get Ronopono or Strange Flavors merch at any point, you can always do that on aliftheory.com/shop as well. Just go on the Redbubble or Society 6 store. I'm actually wearing one of the pieces from one of those stores. So,
So
if you want to
cute.
get a
It
cool
looks
thing.
so good.
Shamir's wearing our hat. Can't get that.
Yeah, exclusive hat.
Yeah.
Exclusive. Yeah, we'll bring them back if you guys like them. So whatever you guys say, we always go that way. So okay, moving on to the emails. We got an email from Sophia Majid. She says, "Sent from my iPhone. Hello." Usually that goes at the bottom. Just saying.
Yeah, what the heck?
Oh, she copied and pasted it
Yeah,
underneath.
she's probably using an Android.
Okay, guys.
She's like,
She said, "Hello. I hope you all are doing well. Please keep up the amazing content. I love all of your videos, including Slapped Up." Shout out Amber.
Hey.
wait, why was that included? Like,
I don't know. Like because it was it was like our worst video. So then she's like, just
Just so you know,
Our
it's
lowest
also
viewed
that
video.
one.
okay. Anyways, as a middle schooler in America, many of the extracurriculars activity classes I'm involved with shove Christmas down my throat during this time of year. Me or my family do not celebrate Christmas at all. December 25th is just an average day. I wondered if you all could discuss the topic of Christmas being very forthcoming in schools, especially public schools. As a drama theater student and a Girl Scout, I find myself constantly surrounded by Christmas. I even played the pro-Christmas lead in our holiday play. I have nothing against it, and a lot of what we do is so fun. I just wanted to hear all of y'all's opinion. As Amber is sitting here in a Christmas onesie with a reindeer, whatever that is.
Eye mask.
So she has fully assimilated into the Western culture.
I mean,
so.
This is just red, green, and white. What do you mean? Did you take this as Christmas? That's on you. That's a perception issue.
Amber, you literally looked at my socks, which are maroon and dark green, and we're like, oh, look, Christmas. Okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, to be honest, I look at Christmas like a cultural thing. Like I don't go to church. I'm not partaking in like, having decorations around the house or anything like that. But I do enjoy the holiday spirit, like not specifically Christmas, but I enjoy the essence. Everybody's happier, everybody's cozier. Everybody just, has a, jolly old feel. And I'm about that. So I'm not saying that you have to assimilate and you have to take on Christmas from a religious aspect by any means. But I mean, I'm the type of person that takes what they can from the good and then leaves what they don't want in the bad.
So you're saying like even if it's shoved down your throat, like just embrace it. Or
I worked in a school for 9 years, and regardless of whether I wanted to or not, I had to sing Christmas songs with them. That's just something we had to do. And so I came to enjoy how the kids got excited from it. It was a time for us to wear pajamas to work. We get to wear movies, and we got to watch movies and eat popcorn. So the whole timing is kind of just like a cozy and fun time, and that's what I relate it to. But that's just based off of my personal life experience. But I mean, I've never like celebrated it in the house or anything like that. But what about you guys?
Well, it was like, especially in elementary school, it was kind of awkward for me because I didn't really know what it is. Because my parents didn't my parents and I learned about, the culture probably at the same time.
And that's after you moved here from Pakistan, you're saying?
Yeah. But like, obviously as kids, we picked it up faster. But at that time, first coming here, it was like, I didn't really get what was going on, and like, yeah, she's right. They do shove it down your like.
For sure.
You have to participate in all that stuff, like including all the other holidays too. That's what you do, and it makes sense because they want you to have fun and they want you to enjoy, the sort of cultural part of things. I don't remember doing anything on like a religious level as far as Christmas went. I just thought it was like Santa and presents and this and that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Santa's not even religious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just the
yeah,
cultural
like-
part of things. So, I mean, it makes sense. I wish, we would get to do that with other cultures too. But at the same time, like, the area I grew up in, there's not enough Muslims for us to be able to do that. I know now, like, we have, like, the Baltimore County, which is going to be taking off for, like, our holidays,
Props
like
for
Eid and
that.
stuff like that. Because there is enough of a population for them to
And a
consider
voice.
doing that. So I think, you have to be understanding when you move to different places that sometimes you have to adapt certain things and you can choose to participate, not to participate. And, it kind of sucks that sometimes it's that way that like you don't really want to do anything because you don't associate with it. And, she says she's in middle school.
Take the day
so.
off for something good.
Yeah.
Like, for example, all of us, obviously, because everybody else is going to be doing stuff on Christmas, all of our friends are getting together because we aren't going to be doing, Christmas related stuff, and we're having our own little get together. I mean, we're having a Christmas party for ourselves though. Like, people are usually with their families, like going to church, like doing Christmas stuff.
We used to watch movies because the theaters are still open.
yeah.
Right.
And
I
you
feel
used to
bad for
just-
the employees.
You just see Muslim people and Jewish people,
Right.
and that's the one day that like they get along. You're just like, hey, you're not celebrating either. Hey, my guy.
What's up?
What about you, Shami?
I don't know. Like, Christmas is kind of weird for me. Like, it's just like I didn't think anything of it. It was just like, what is everyone doing? Like my parents never taught me it. I just see it on TV or whatnot. But like,
Teach me the Christmas.
teach me.
Papa, teach me Christmas. How do you Christmas?
But I remember telling one of my friends, like, he was like, oh, what are you getting for Christmas? Like, he was like huge into Christmas. And I was like, nothing, like, I don't celebrate it. And he felt so bad that he bought me like this Dragon Ball Z VHS tape and Christmas gift wrapped it and like gave it to me. And I was like, oh, this is so nice of you. And like ever since then, I'm like, dang.
Did you get him something?
I don't think so. I was like, I don't celebrate Christmas, bro.
Yeah, eventually we started, like, my family would, like, give our neighbors and, like, coworkers and stuff gifts.
Yeah.
And then once you start to understand it and just realize, like, okay, this is what, you know, they're doing here. It's an exchange of presents and whatever. And like, people that know about us, like, non-Muslim people, then they will wish us on, like, Eid, and they'll come to our Ramadan events and stuff like that. And that's what it should be. It should be an exchange of sort of knowledge and culture, and so that we can understand what you know the other person is doing on certain days.
That's
and stuff
exactly what happened. Like, I had a friend through middle school and high school who knew I didn't celebrate Christmas. We'd still exchange gifts just on Christmas so I could be respectful towards her holiday. But when Eid came around, she would be at my house with presents and be like, Eid Mubarak. Happy,
awesome.
well, rather she'd say Happy Eid.
Yeah.
But like, it's the effort that she made, and you know, her attempting to learn what it is and everything. And I think that once you are open to them and then take that effort, take that one step to share with them, oh, this is what our holiday's about, they're gonna, you know, reciprocate. And I think that now that we're off for Christmas too, people are gonna start to understand our holiday a little bit better. And you know,
at my last office job, one of my coworkers, he's like a 40-year-old dude, but he was like so into Christmas that he he brought in all his decorations and like decorated all the cubicles. Like, he even bought like a 10-foot floating Santa, or not a floating, but a blow-up Santa doll.
Oh my gosh.
And like Christmas lights all over the place, and like everyone loved it in the office. That like we kept it up for like 3 months until they finally told us to take it down.
like
but
till
like,
Valentine's Day.
but like even after, like till March.
No.
But like I guess the decorations just like
the
liven
decorations
the place
are always
up.
awesome. We have someone that's close to our neighborhood who like has one of the biggest Christmas displays ever. I think I took you one time, right?
Yeah, it's synced with the
It's synced
radio.
with the radio.
She was there too.
And and he like ups it every single time with more lights and more music, and like it's really cool seeing stuff like that. So, you know, once you understand it, you can grow appreciation for it. And you can definitely appreciate, you know, if you work at a job where you're getting tips or something. Like, I used to make mad money on Christmas and Easter and stuff like that. But yeah, great point. You know, let us know how it goes. I hope you're able to sort of figure out where you feel comfortable, and you know, you're able to sort of also be proud of who you are, where you're from, and share that with people just as they share the Christmas with you. Do you want to read the next one? This one comes from Instagram.
Yeah. This is by Mahi, or should I say her Instagram?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean,
No, it's fine. All right. As a Texan whose Pakistani American mom was born and raised in Baltimore, I really appreciate the representation you guys put out there for your hometown. I love Baltimore visits to my grandparents' house. It is so exciting to hear you guys talking about places I've heard from my mom talking, or places relatives have gone to school. Baltimore is more of a home to me because of the Desi culture that shines so bright and is accepted. I love all of your work with the parodies and skits. It's funny and relatable, even though my parents aren't Fabi. And I started binge listening to the podcast, which I love because of the different topics that are talked about that not too many people discuss. I started listening to them yesterday night and found myself in an all-nighter listening to them while doing homework, and I listened to them during passing periods in school. It's so touching that you guys shed light on topics not necessarily touched often, and do it in a respectful and open-minded way.
Aw.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
Man, my breath.
Appreciate that compliment. And
So sweet.
and shout out to
thank you.
Baltimore. We're killing it in the NFL right now with
Hello.
the boy Freaky Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
We're going all the way to the Super Bowl, so
Let's go.
I know that you'll appreciate that as well. No, thank you so much for listening. Like, I'm so happy that we're almost on our 100th episode and that you guys have been supporting us. That's why we do this, you know. Sometimes we're extremely busy, caught up in life, and then we get messages like, where's the podcast? I need the podcast.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I always listen to it on my commute, or I listen to it at the gym or whatever, and that's awesome to hear. So thank you, and we'll keep it up as long as, you know, you guys keep listening. And shout out Baltimore again. What's been up with you guys though? Like, everything good before we introduce the guest? Anything new? Any exciting ventures? I know SHAH-AMEER, last time we have been putting off the dating app life. So how's the dating apps going?
They're non-existent.
So you're off.
Your boy's off.
Oh, does that mean you found somebody?
No.
Oh, okay. So you just decided.
How was the, but you went in for into it for the experience,
The
correct?
experiences, yeah.
How was the
Okay.
experience of the dating app life?
The experiences are very awkward, funny, and hectic. And you have to put
Adjectives.
yeah, and I'll put it at that.
Did you go on any dates?
Yeah, a few.
How were they?
Ooh.
I mean, they were like, I didn't vibe with the people.
Okay.
That
You
I
were
guess,
vibing in the city?
I was not vibing in the city. Although it was not in the city, it was like the suburb area. But
Okay.
but I mean, it's cool. I think it's just not. I think it's like dating apps are definitely for people that like are comfortable in their like. They're comfortable in what's it called, like their work environment, right? Like they're stable, right? And then they're just like trying to like look for somebody, or I don't know, maybe a short-term thing.
Right.
I'm neither of those things, so I don't know, it's just a lot of work to put in for that. So
I have something to say.
what?
I'm on Bumble.
Oh
way.
dang.
No, I'm on Bumble Work though.
I was gonna
It was
say you
weird.
wouldn't share that.
It was weird. I I downloaded it and I started like doing this. I've never done this before, like the swiping and everything like
Yeah.
that. But it's weird because it's like for business related stuff. There's still people on there for like dating and stuff. Like
I want to work with you.
like no, it says like you can pick I think it's called Bumble Date and then Bumble BFF. Like which
Yeah.
is for your friends, and then Bumble Biz, which is like for business, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, let me try this out because it's like apparently good for networking. I heard it from some people, so I was like, let me see. And there's people that have in their bio like looking for a sugar daddy or something like that. I'm like, yo, what?
true.
If that's the type of business you're trying to do. But I've been on it for like a week now. It's cool. Like you make connections, you like share whatever each other's doing, and then you get to like pick like. Have you guys ever been on it?
I've been on Bumble Biz before.
Okay, so you know how it works, but it's just like
Only the dating expert here. It's like
sometimes I'll slide over. I'm like, do I want a BFF? Do I want to date? No, it's too much. But
Did you meet up with anybody from it yet?
We've had some phone calls
Okay.
just to see like how it works and everything. It's cool. Like they get to see your profile and they get to see what you're looking for and what like your work and all that. And
is there
so-
like a filter? Like, okay,
you can set filters like only in this industry I want to find people.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I'm only looking for a job, or I'm only looking to hire people, or I'm looking to network,
Oh.
things like that.
yo,
So
howd you get your job? A Bumble? That'd be weird.
I'm sure people have that.
Yeah.
I'm sure, but that's like the funniest thing. Like, oh, Tinder biz. Like,
Yeah, I think they should do it. That'd be cool. Okay, and last question I have for you guys before we introduce the guests. I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, what would be an amount of money that you think would be like perfect for you to get? Like, what's the magic number? And then you think that like you could do really anything with?
Are we being conservative with our numbers? Like, oh, just enough?
yeah,
or are
because
we
I'm
being,
gonna say like cajillion. Like,
No, like what's the
like
The
the
least
perfect
amount.
amount?
Right.
Sure, like
Yeah.
that. If I had this much, like I feel like I could be.
Okay.
Not okay, but like not like you would have this much period, like if you were given this much, right? Like not like,
oh,
do you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So if you got this amount of money, then you could like really
A penny.
do what you needed to do.
Before or after
a penny?
taxes?
A penny.
What?
Before or
Amber,
after?
just it's not that deep, okay? Shimmer said a penny. What do you think?
What about you?
Oh my God! Why do you need to? No, I'm not gonna do this. We're not playing this game. Just whatever you think. This amount of money would be good for you to just like do whatever you wanted. Not necessarily do whatever you wanted, but like
Well, we didn't say if
comfortably
we're
do whatever you-
being. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna say like $100,000. Yeah.
Okay, expand.
I think that would be enough for me to like comfortably, do whatever I want to do, but also pay off whatever I want to pay off, and then also invest in whatever I want to invest in. Yeah.
Cool. Penny.
Yeah, I mean, I think with a penny you can turn that into whatever amount you want.
Okay,
If-
Mr.
as
Philosophical.
long as you put- No, I'm
Mr.
serious.
Intellectual.
It's not philosophical. It's actually very practical. Like, we've been doing that our whole lives. We've been turning, we can turn like $1 into $10 by buying something for $1, sell it for $10. You know, you
Right.
can keep doing that and increase it, and that penny can essentially go into X amount, however you want. So I think penny's enough for me.
But you have to put in a lot of work and time to do that.
And
yeah.
I think if I was like given a certain amount of money, I guess it'd be cool. Like, but I think it's more fun like getting there.
Yeah, I mean that also you don't have a choice. Like you're having to do that anyways.
Yeah.
But like now you're being given this.
Yeah.
And you chose a penny.
I chose a penny.
Hey man, a humble sort of present for you. I'd go with $1 million.
Okay.
I think that would be great. Like,
Yeah.
I've thought about this a lot of times because I don't know why that number just like it just seems like it would be a very comfortable sort of thing to like. I'll be like, okay, if I had $1 million right now, what I would do with that, and I think similarly to what you're talking about, okay, like investing this much, helping whoever I want to help with this much, and you know, being able to give back with this much, and then being comfortable with this much. And I feel like, you know, although I applaud you for picking a penny, I think that like that's a great mindset. Again, like I feel like that's already where I'm at or whatever, and that's what we have to do regardless. But for the fun of it, I'm just like, man, if I had this much, like what could I do with it? And
yeah, well, I mean, with the fun, I'd say cajillion, like.
Yeah, but still like a realistic number.
Yeah.
I mean, $1 million, people could say, or 100,000 isn't necessarily realistic, but like,
Not necessarily.
there are a lot of
I've
millionaires
heard
out
a lot
there.
of people who say that they work till they have like $100,000 in the bank, and then they call that their effort money.
Yeah.
And now they have like some time. They've bought themselves some time.
That's a good way to put it. The effort money.
Yeah.
Like, what can I do with this? And then it's like it comes to a point where it's like, okay, I can sit down and make decisions. It's not like I gotta go to work tomorrow and then, you know, continue making it, and you have to show up every day to like kind of have that. You could like, when you have that amount of money that you're saying that you're comfortable with, you could just like cut off everything and just be like, sit back for a second and be like, okay, what do I want to do?
Right.
And you can really like think that through, and you can take, you know, weeks, months to figure that out if needed. But yeah, it's just sort of a fun thing to think about. I think about it often, actually. Just like, if I was like, if you know,
somebody out here come give Frost $1 million. I'm sure there's somebody out there that can do it.
There's people that hit, you know, a viral trend, or their product goes off, and you know, in some way or another, they're given the opportunity for a big project, and then this money comes to them out of nowhere, and you never know if that could happen to you. But you know, I feel like it's healthy to consider that, because sometimes when I hear like the stories of people that have won the lottery and stuff, it's just so like,
Which always sad
it's
too, because then
usually
it's like publicized.
so bad because it's publicized, and then it's just like they don't know what to do with it, and they think that they need to spend it right away,
Yeah.
or they need to like you know, spend it on people that, you know, that don't exactly matter,
Right.
whatever. But hey, I would be curious to hear what you guys would do, and what the magic number is for you. Let us know on our social media.
Yes.
But okay, it's that time of the day where we introduce the stranger. And the stranger today is a Russian party host who has a love for singing, dancing, meeting people, and she's a hustler. So
Hello.
So we're gonna find out what she would do, or what she does with the amount that she has. She's not gonna be sharing that, but you know, like what she's able to do with where she's been from, and you know, sort of that interesting story of all that she's come up from, and we're excited to hear that. So without further ado, please welcome our stranger this week, Anastasia Zack.
Just call me Anastasia. No. Yes.
No, I'm not gonna call you Anastasia.
Can you
It's
guys
Nastia.
no? Can you
Nastia.
guys call me all different names? That'd be fun. Like you call me Anna Banana, you call me Nastya, you call me. I'm just kidding.
Not Anna, just Anna Banana, just like the whole thing.
Yeah, that's the sales guy in the.
Can I call you Stassi?
Yeah, you can. I'm
What's-
flexible like lizard. No, I'm
Like
not. like
Like a
Are
lizard.
lizards known to be flexible?
I mean, yeah, they
Yes.
Yeah.
kind of are.
If you don't know,
But I
now you
haven't-
know.
I haven't heard that though.
What's that? Chameleon. Chameleon. That's what I meant. Like
They're not flexible.
Yeah,
they're
they're
just
not-
like they adapt to.
Yeah. They just
adaptable.
turn invisible.
Adaptable.
Okay.
Is that a good word?
It's a
Yeah.
perfect word. What's your rap name? You have you have like an MC.
Nas.
Nas?
Well, that's
That's
taken.
N-A-S.
That's
Not
taken.
N-A-Z.
No, that's
NAS
how he
is
spelled it.
taken.
Do you know Nas, the rapper?
No.
He's like one of the most famous rappers ever.
If you don't know, now you know. Sorry, I'm gonna be using this a lot. So
Yeah.
can I be Nas too?
I mean, there's
Nas
Lil Nas
too?
X.
Yeah.
Nastia's great. I like
AZ.
Eminem.
I like
Oh,
Stassi.
A to the Z, rap with me.
Wow.
Is
That's
that
your whole
taken?
name? That's your whole name?
That's your
Yeah, Anastasia Zack.
A to the Z.
Yo, can you
rapper.
turn down just a little bit?
Would that be
Wow.
a good rapper name? Just A to the Z.
It works perfectly.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and call you Nastia because that's how you
Yeah,
pronounce it.
Nastia.
But
Yeah.
what were you saying about the middle name in Russia is different than?
Oh yeah. So every person in Russia, middle name is your father's first name.
Okay.
So I'm Anastasia Peter.
Okay.
Petrovna.
Petrov.
Petrovna. So the ending of so my dad's name is Peter. But if you're a girl, it's gonna end with Vna, and if you're a boy, it would be ending with Vich. So you'll
with
be
what?
Faras
Petrovich.
Petrovich, and
Vich.
you will be Amber Petrovna.
Okay.
And what does that mean? Or is it just like
It's just the way the
Feminine, masculine.
feminine,
Okay.
masculine. Yeah, the Russian is complicated. Don't ask me Russian. That I forgot to mention you
That's
about.
not uncommon though in other
That's good to
cultures.
know.
Like in Pakistan, sometimes they do put the middle name or the last name as the father's first name.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your guys?
I mean,
Mine
I
is not like that.
Yeah.
For
Well,
us, it's
my
Fras is-
dad's first name is my last name,
Oh, sorry.
so his name
Okay.
is Amer. That's my last name, but
Oh.
we don't have middle names.
Yeah,
Oh,
none of us
no
have
middle
middle
names.
names.
Yeah.
So you have just the first name and the last name.
we can make
I
ones
mean,
now.
some people do have.
Well, I would like to be
Petrovich.
Amirovich.
Cool.
Amirovich.
Amirovich.
Actually, Vich means like inside in Punjabi, which is one of the languages I speak.
Wow.
So it would be like inside Amer.
Oh,
That's kinda cool.
That's wild.
It would make sense. It would make sense if it was the mother, like came from inside the mother.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
You know?
Yeah.
Maybe that could be okay. Never mind. That's good to know.
I'm
wait,
not tracing this.
So obviously, you got the great, beautiful accent going on. You're from Russia, as we discussed. When did you come over from Russia?
Okay. I was shipped.
She's like, here we go.
There we go. You
You're
ready?
shipped?
I was shipped in the UPS box with a bunch of holes. I was a mail order bride. My husband ordered me on Amazon. I'm just kidding.
2 day shipping?
Amazon.
You
That
just
could have been great. That sounded
no.
like
It
that
would
sounded
be.
like
This is the
Let's-
story.
let's go
he
with that.
always- Yeah, let's go with
what's his
this.
name? Neil.
Neil Patrick Harris?
No, the guy. It sounded like it was one of those movies, the Taken guy.
Taken.
Wait, what is his name? Whatever.
That's gonna bug
Liam
me.
Neeson.
Liam Neeson, yeah.
Yeah. It sounded like that was one of the
Taken movies.
That's me. So anyway, yeah. So that's the story.
So
the
the real
box was
story.
tied. I could barely see or hear.
Okay.
The waves were high. I was swimming in the deep sea with the fishes.
Nastia.
AZ.
The A to the Z.
Yes. Swim with me.
Oh my god.
Tell
No,
us the
that's
real
where
story.
this-
When-
that's where
In the reality, a lot of students were coming on the students J1 visa to work and travel. There is a program back in the days. I think they stopped it recently. So as a student, you can come to the country and spend 3 months, find yourself a job, work for 3 months, and then travel for a month. And lots of kids took their chances, and flew here. A lot of kids came on the fake J1 visa, it's called like a fake application for like not a real job offer. A lot of people came on a real job offer, but some kids couldn't find. You just like come in and you just
Hope for the
balls to
best.
the walls, hope for the best. Yes.
That's what you tried to do.
That's what I tried to do. Yeah.
Okay.
And first time I came to Cleveland, Ohio.
Wow. Most
know
boring
why
That was
city.
a crazy time. That was the first time I was learning how to drive for the first time. I wrecked a car into the boat because yes,
Wait,
Into a boat.
yes, because instead of like stop pedal, I pushed the gas when I was trying to park. So and I ran into
There
the
was a boat right next
yeah,
to it?
it was a boat, parked on the near our
Oh,
house.
like
Oh,
it
but
was
not
on the
in
back of
water.
a truck.
no,
I think you went in the water.
TMI, yeah.
So you ran into another car.
Yeah,
essentially.
no, I ran into the boat that was parked on the parking,
Yeah.
where the cars.
Right.
But I was supposed to park
Right.
And instead of stop pedal, I push gas. Yeah.
Okay, let's backtrack
Yeah,
just a little
too
bit.
much. Yeah.
When did you come here?
2005.
So what was life like in Russia before that?
I was just a student in the college, living by myself since 15. My parents rolled out, and paid for my college, luckily. Wow. So I was taking...
Can you talk about that for a second? How does that work? What do you mean they rolled out and left you at 15?
Well, my mother got together with her fiance, and my dad got together with his lady, and... Lucky me, left in a nice apartment in Russia, in my city. And I mean, it's not like they neglected me. They just,
continue on with their lives.
Yes.
But
Divorce.
at 15, do you think you were ready for that?
I had a good time. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, look, I had a place to be. I have a college to go to. I have...
And you were in college at 15?
I think it was 16 and a half.
Okay.
Maybe Dad, you have to use your buzzer. So they left at 15. I graduated when I was 16. Oh my gosh! All right, you will have to
But is
record
college
all of this.
No. So is college the
College
same
starts
as like
at 17, yes, but
high
you
school?
see, we don't have 12 grades. In Russia, there is 11 grades, and usually you skip the fourth grade too. So
Fourth?
it's first, second, third.
Why fourth?
Then
That's so
you
random.
jump through. I don't know. Like they just decided to just.
So they have 10 grades.
Yes. Pretty much just erase the fourth grade and you go on to 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th.
But just, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So you finished school in 10 years.
Yeah. So at 16 and a half, I graduated, and at 17, I went to college.
Did you know how to, like, be on your own, cook, clean,
Yeah, no.
laundry?
Just like oodles and noodles, pierogies, that like raviolis, meat inside of the dough.
I'm going to eat some of the Russian candy you brought while
Please
you're talking.
do. Yes, and then we have to try some Russian stuff onto that I brought and take
Okay.
pictures with it.
True.
So life was good. I was well taken care of. I mean, I didn't feel neglected. Yes, like they were helping me, and I used to work. I used to actually work I was teaching kids how to speak English, and so
how did you learn English?
My dad was paying me money to learn English. He was giving me a dictionary, and he's like, okay, from this page to this page, you need to learn.
So you just read the dictionary?
Yeah, through the dictionary. That's how I learned it.
But don't you have to know how to read first in English?
He started me with like learning the words. I mean, because they transcription, they
transcription,
will.
okay.
Yes, you can read it. And then I went to school. So that was before like school. Yeah, and then I went to school and we had English, and then English was my major in college, and also management and economics.
Wow.
This is like when I was just like listening to your song that you had a remake about. A parent's kind of like making a choice for you. What was that song?
Oh, Fob's Plan.
Yes. So, in lots of times, they're kind of like that initial decision of where you want to be in your life, parents are making for you. Right. So my parents thought that, management and economics is going to be a good area to fulfill my dreams in, and they kind of put me in there.
Nice.
But
what
that
am I eating
wasn't
right
me.
now, by the way?
Oh, what is it? Нежное soufflé. Toffee. It's like a souffle, like marshmallow-y and
like
chocolate. I've never even tried this myself.
Okay, we're not going to discuss why.
It's not good.
Well, does it have? It probably has gelatin in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably. Are you allergic to it?
No,
Yeah, he's allergic. He's very allergic.
But
Frost is allergic.
it's fine.
Why did you ask that before you finished it?
Well, it was good.
He had a feeling.
Okay.
So you should.
I can give you
Wait.
the good one. Oh, okay.
Anything that doesn't have gelatin in it.
Probably everything else. You just happen to get lucky to pick the one that does has a gelatin in it. I'm sorry, bro.
It's all good. So when you came here, what was the biggest culture shock for you?
I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, I don't know. The ability, honestly, that you can do anything you want to do, and you can find any job really, and you can make a minimum wage, but it seems like you can use it so much further than in Russia, And
how did that differ from Russia?
I feel like it's poverty. I mean, I feel like we were a middle class, but to me it was like, honestly, like it says in the books, the land of settlers, the land of opportunities. I felt like there is opportunities left and right, and I was like literally in Cleveland. I used to work at the dry cleaner and the car wash. And it was walking distance from the little tiny apartment I was living at, and it was like, it was fun, you know.
It's
and
not
then
like that in Russia? Like,
no, like not that many jobs to work, you know, and the pay is so low. I mean, I'm not trying to like knock Russia down. Like Russians that love Russia. I just always have like this free kind of. Okay, so the example. You are on the street in Russia, you know how like right here you're waving to this person, to that, like, hi, what's up? You know, you might not even know this person, but you're like walking by and you just kind of do some kind of gesture to say hi, like, how are you? In Russia, if you do that, people will think that you're some wrong with you. Like if you're like all of a sudden like,
Same thing in
have a good
Pakistan.
day, yeah. So it's just like gloom and doom, and don't get me wrong, once they know you and you're a family and you're friends, you're like the most cherished person. But like on the outside, and this was like a shock for me, everyone was so nice, so eager to help. Like maybe it's an accent, but I always like, you know, kind of like people.
I'm just imagining you walking down every street in America just like smiling and waving
What's
at
that,
everybody.
people? Yeah.
Well,
It's just
were
like
you
everyone's-
always like right now? You're very like,
Energetic.
you know, energetic.
Yeah.
You're very extroverted. Were you always like that since the beginning, or was there some parts that you were like scared? Were you on your own when you came here too?
Yeah, I came on my own. I mean,
Like, how did you know to?
just well, I knew like I have a few friends in Ohio. I the choice was to go back to Ohio, or I have someone that was working in the dry cleaner here.
And how old were you at that point?
20.
20. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Second time was 21. I just turned.
Wait,
Yeah.
so once you got here, how did you stay here? Because you only had 3 months to find a job.
I got married, girl.
Oh, okay. Hello.
We're jumping super fast to this one, but yeah. So I got married 3 months after I met my husband.
Okay.
And this is how I stayed here.
Where'd you
and
meet
lived-
him?
At the bar.
Oh, no.
Yes, and I kind of like, I feel like I made a first move, or I don't know, like he's just like a really strong like military guy, like very buff, and like, you know, and it was like, I just thought like it's just like a bunch of muscles, but I like strong men. But like once I talked to him, you know, he's like the most humble and knowledgeable and like cool. And
Was he Russian too?
no,
Oh.
he's American. He's in the military. He retired, and now he's a tattoo artist.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
So yeah, he's actually helping people with the PTSD through the tattoo therapy. So
oh, that's
Wow.
great.
totally like a switch.
So initially, when like, you know, he's this military guy and stuff. I know you don't know a lot about the political climate and all that kind of stuff, but like, was that anything that ever came up? Like, because America and Russia have this thing.
Like beefing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people are just naturally skeptical of Russia, especially nowadays. So is that anything that ever came up, like, with you guys?
No, never. Honestly, he is all about politics, and I'm like staying out of it. But no, never for a second. You know, like I like this. You know, politics, religion, all this stuff. Like it divides people, and
Yeah.
I'm like so. Like you said, was I ever this open? I feel like it's like a blessing and a curse because I'm like way too open, and I can make a friend super easy. Like I kind of like apply to people, but sometimes, you know, I meet them and 30 minutes later they're like drinking tea in my house, you know. Like, and we're like best buddies. By the way, I brought some tea for you guys to try. So.
What didn't you bring?
Yeah, you got some stuff,
Well, I figured, you know, you guys are inviting me over, I should
Aw.
which
bring
I've
some
gone through the
goodies with
second candy already.
Oh,
What was
snap.
this
How
one?
was it?
It's good. It tastes
Number
like
11. Honestly, I
a
didn't.
caramel lemon thing.
Caramel
caramel
lemon.
lemon.
You're gonna
Yeah.
have like a sugar rush, man.
Oh, I
He
like sugar.
loves chocolate.
Oh snap! Another gelatin.
Oh my God! You said that was the only one that had gelatin.
With the flavor, oh my
Strike
god!
two.
With the flavor
Jeez.
of chocolate
I'm gonna
and
have to pray
cola.
extra when I
Did
get-
you feel Coca-Cola in it a
I
little
did.
bit?
I did.
What the heck?
That's weird. Now that you say
That's
it, I did.
weird.
Coca-Cola.
He's
cool.
like, what the heck?
This-
You didn't know this?
No, this
What's
candy
this?
was brought here. I've never seen any of this in my life. fructamelka, so it's caramel with fruits.
With
mix.
gelatin.
It says mix.
Caramel and fruit.
I don't trust you anymore. You gave me 2 gelatin pieces.
My plan was to stop at the Russian store, and I wanted to buy a cow tongue so you guys can try
What?
it.
What?
Yes, it's like a delicatessen, delicacy. Yeah. So
I was not about to try no
I'm so
cow
sorry.
tongue.
No,
I'm
oh
sorry, I
man.
did not do
What
that.
about like
Coming from a guy that eats goat feet.
exactly?
Yeah.
So
but
what do
cow
you-
tongue, that sounds nasty.
It's the softest thing you've ever tried. It's like the softest meat.
Isn't the tongue the strongest muscle in the body or something?
I don't know.
So I would imagine that it's very
It,
chewy.
it's like it like can repair itself the quickest.
Strongest
Really?
healing powers.
Wow. I don't know.
That's interesting.
Who should we try it on? Who's going
You want the
down?
other half of mine?
What?
It's the same thing.
Cutting someone's tongue
You're not
a
gonna
little
want
bit.
I'm not gonna like it.
You're not gonna want the whole thing.
Did you guys hear what she said?
No,
What'd
they
she say?
didn't.
She said, "Who should we try it on? Cutting someone's tongue a little bit."
I mean, no. There's a bunch of YouTube videos where people want to have split tongues, and they cut it, and they have to constantly like keep it blocked because it heals so quickly.
Wow.
I had a kid who bit through his tongue, and it takes 4 days of like healing, and then after that,
It's done.
It just needs to like it just scars up after that.
Oh.
But yeah,
That's amazing.
So yeah, so like just last thing about that, the political thing. Have you heard nowadays about like Russia and Ukraine being so much in the news with everything going on with Trump? Does that bother you or like?
It's really sad because I spent my whole life like growing up in Ukraine. Every summer my parents will just like drop me off there like in June and pick me up in the end of August, you know.
Why is that?
who lives in Ukraine?
My grandmother, my grandfather, my aunts, my cousins, everyone. So I would literally be like a country girl in there, like digging the potatoes, like, you know, picking those little bugs that eat potatoes. Like that was like plantations, you know, and I'm in the fields with vegetables and fruits and all that jazz.
And you enjoyed this?
Oh yeah, it was so much
that sounds
fun.
cool.
So with that being said, the how do you call it? Like my grandma's village is the line where the soldiers were passing by. You know, there were like Russian, Ukraine. So it's like the heaviest. You know, all the shit was actually happening through that village. And the crazy thing is they say a lots of girls got pregnant after the soldiers went through it. So now this village doubled in sizes. You know?
Well, you'd be guilty
Yeah.
of that too because you like the strong military guys.
Yeah,
so.
the soldiers.
But this was like, you know, Russia against, it's like brother against brother. So this conflict is really, I don't understand what's going on in there, but it's very sad because now, even now, sometimes Ukrainian will like give me a look when I say I'm Russian. Even here, you know, they will kind of like be offstandish a little bit because they are Ukrainians now, and I'm Russian, but in reality, I'm 50-50. But
Yeah,
it
I mean,
sucks.
we experienced the same thing growing
Yeah,
up. Like
you-
our experiences being in Pakistan and
And
things like
India.
that were just totally different than what we'd hear on the
We're
news. and-
American there and Pakistani here.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, like we're not Pakistan. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. No,
Well,
I got
you're American regardless
Everywhere.
because you say Pakistani. So, but yeah, like it's sad sometimes, and like nowadays we hear that like our country is the #1 tourist like destination and like different blog posts and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, well, you guys see this, but at the same time, you choose to believe the news of like, you know, that there's only like terrorists and sand dunes there, which I've never even seen sand in Pakistan in my life. But yeah, like it can be like that. So what happened from there? You got married, and then what did you start pursuing in America?
So the funny thing is, it's all started with the retail, and I was working in the retail as my kids were growing up. You know, I have 2 kids. They're 12 and 10 now.
No way.
Yeah,
Wow. Stop.
yes, way. It's the braces girl. I'm actually a
You
grandma
missed the
now.
braces?
It's not that.
You're a
It's the
grandma?
attitude.
Yes.
You're a grandma?
How?
So my husband's daughter had a daughter.
Oh.
Yeah, and she's 1.5. She's the cutest thing ever. Yeah, so
You're a grandma. Wow.
glamour, not grandma.
Oh,
glam.
glam.
From
Glam.
the word glam.
Wow. I
Yes.
love that for
and
you.
she's my glam baby.
Oh,
She's
that's
the cutest.
so
I'm gonna
cute.
show you the picture. She is the cutest. So anyway, I was just doing retail here and there, like JCPenney, CVS, And then all of a sudden, I feel like once the kids get to the point where they're a little older and, you know, I just want to do me. And I remember that back in the days, Anastasia used to be a singer, songwriter, and, you know, that lively person that I decided that I'm going to be hosting parties.
Nice.
Wow.
You
And,
host
like, your
them
own
as in like
business?
emceeing or like
Yes,
producing energy at
emceeing.
parties?
At your place?
MC.
Or you like rent out place?
Everywhere.
Everywhere, okay.
So kids parties, adults parties, weddings, anniversaries, hosted a few funerals. Yeah,
How do you-
for
It's a
my
lit
for
funeral.
my mother-in-law. I mean, we had like a live band there and like poems. Like I decided
Is
to
that
do
like
it
event
about
planning?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
not playing though. That's the thing. That's where the people get confused. I don't do the planning.
Okay.
I come and be like, "What's up, everybody? Raise your glass." Like, I mean, and how's everybody doing? Give me, you know, some cheer. Like
This is what
stuff
you did
like
at the funeral?
that. Not at the funeral. This
How were
was
you like at the funeral? Hey,
how's everybody? Yes.
Raise your hands up. Let's go.
Put your hands down.
This sad occasion
Put your
brought
heads
us
down.
together, but we're together.
Everybody
And-
cry now.
Yeah.
And how'd you get started in that?
So, do you guys like enlightening books? The story was funny. I stumbled on this book called
Self-help books?
Kinda, yeah. But it's
Okay.
like by the great Russian author. It's called Reality Trend Surfing. And this book is about mostly that everything that happens in our reality is what we make of it. You know, it's like not the politics, it's not the weather, it's not the neighbor, you know, whose fault it is. It's everything that you are doing. It's you and your perception on the world. You know, you can
Life
be
is what
pissed.
you make it,
Yes,
essentially.
yes, exactly. So like to me, it's like, oh my gosh, it's nonsense. You know, because I was like always like people tend to find others guilty of everything. You know, you just like you just take your responsibility and put it on someone else.
Right.
And I was like, so I read this book and I'm flying to Florida and I just got so pumped up, like, you know, like things like everything is like happening like puzzle, like I have all these ideas in my head. And my friend, we just got together and she's like, Anastasia, what are you doing right now? I'm like, oh, still self-searching, you know, because we all want to find something and that we're going to be good at and that we can give to others. And this is like ultimate goal. And she's like, yo, like you're great and entertaining. People you radiate, you know, people glue to you. Why don't you just start hosting parties? I was like, bingo. And then I was like, create a Facebook page and like start just like posting up everywhere and people, you know.
And how was your first experience? Like, I'm seeing, like, did you do well?
I did my my very awesome friend's wedding, and this was like my first
Gig.
experience. Yes. So they have 2 kids now, you know, everything is good and it was great. And then kids parties, like Russians have to have this person, an MC, you would call it, that guides the whole flow of the party. So I come, I bring my props, I have like this huge suitcase with like different games, you know, and fun things to do for kids of
Right.
different ages. Like whether it's like trivia, we sing, I have like line dancing, but not like, you know, Cupid's Shuffle or something like that. I just have like other fun things to dance to. And that's it.
So you mostly do like Russian?
Russian crowd, but no, I hosted a few American parties as well. And
I feel
would
like Americans would enjoy you more just
Yeah.
because like they love accents and they love
Well, and that's the
foreign
thing.
things.
This is what I'm trying. This is where I'm at right now. So it's been 2 years, and I probably hosted like 50, maybe I don't know,
Nice.
something like that. Yeah, mostly kids. But my main goal right now, and I will torture you about that later too, how to spread myself onto American crowd or whatever, like, you know, American speaking pub
Right.
crowd.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's
you
my.
did business and economics, right? Any marketing?
I was a slacker, so yes.
No, I mean it's definitely different here, and especially
Yeah.
with the trends, and that's always
Yeah.
changing. So it's something that we're all trying to figure out all the time.
Exactly. It's like go with the trends, what people like. Because I do like scavenger hunts, you know. I could do like if it's Bachelorette, you know, we're going to the fells,
cute.
and I'm like, like take a picture with the guy wearing like a shirt with the band, or like, you know, steal a drink from someone, and we just do like this random things that makes you think. And you know, like,
It's fun.
People just gather together and drink and talk, you know. It's lame. Like, do something challenging.
Yeah. And what's the business called? What do you call it?
So tamada. So tamada is actually MC in Russian.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what that
People
means.
are like
wow.
tamada. Yeah, tamada. Yeah.
Tamada.
Tamada.
And you have like a little song that you do
Yes.
with it. You have to say that to them so
This
they
is like the intro of whenever.
Yeah, I gotta read it to you, but it's
Can you do it how like you'd normally do it?
Yeah.
like not try
Like the
try
energetic-
to not, try to not rap. Okay.
No, rap.
No, like do it how you do it.
Like
Alright.
exactly as if this was your stage.
Oh my gosh, this is my let me in. I lost it.
No, you
No,
didn't.
you
I
didn't.
have it.
Oh, okay. All right. So I would try to rap, but my swagger level is like very low on
Super
the
high
scale.
right now.
from no.
You got swag.
So
you
I-
came in and
Swag.
said,
So-
"Oh snap, Papa."
Oh,
Yeah.
snap
Yeah,
a pop.
That's
you got,
so
you got
swag.
Listen, you have all.
Alright.
of
Do the
it.
rap, please.
All right, if I can. All right, let me introduce you to my awesome gig. I've got some mega plans. It will be big. I put in tremendous efforts to make it lots of fun. So get excited, friends, and here I come. Tamada is a person that can move the crowd, turning any party into a huge blowout, making people smile, go crazy, dance, have fun, bringing jokes and joy for everyone. I have a lot to offer to make a special day. Just call me when you're ready, and I'll be on my way. Now you know the story about Tamada. I am your party maker and your awesome host, Tada!
Hey!
Oh my gosh.
I love that.
Someone is digging this. It's like you guys are like showering me with love. It feels so good.
That was fire.
That
was
was
awesome.
great.
I wouldn't lie to
Thank
you.
you.
That was I enjoyed that, and
Yeah.
I would hire you in a heartbeat
sure.
after that.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So that's like your promo.
Yes, so it was like on my promo video, you know. I did just I'm good. Like I can read I can write poems. This is like my thing. I think I should just like start rhyming everything from now on and just like talking rhymes.
That'd be awesome. That'd be very difficult.
Do you,
Yes.
do you usually write poems in Russian, or you write them
In English.
In English, okay.
In English and in Russian, yeah. So it could be like an occasion, you know, and I like feel like I'm so inspired by the person that I will like write something. Maybe I'll come home and write about this interview.
Do you know any like famous Russians that like everyone overlooks as being Russian in America or like in the world in general?
Or entertainment industry.
Because I'm trying to think of like who.
Oh my gosh! So there is this dude, Little Big, right now is popular in Russian. Oh, I'm gonna show you video.
His name is
one
Little
with-
Big.
Yes, Little Big. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Which one is he? little or is he
He's
big?
I don't know. He's little or big, but he's like a rapper
Mm-hmm.
kind of sorta, but he's making a parody, kind of like what you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
He on the rappers that are there.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you some stuff. It's like ridiculous, but honestly, I don't track. Like, I'm more of the American kind of culture, so I'm always like trying to be up to date. You
Like
know,
21 Savage and. No.
Yeah, no. Like, I like jazzy stuff, and I like lots of drum and bass. I'm not gonna lie. I like EDM. That's my jam.
Yeah.
But
So, going forward, like, what is kind of your aspirations and goals of what you want to do besides, grow your party business?
I don't know. I feel like probably the same as you guys have. Like, I don't know. Bring people together. Spread good. I would like to do some charities in the long run. And
You said you perform at like orphanages and
yeah,
colleges
that
and
was.
stuff, right?
Thank you, girl.
You're
I feel
welcome.
like I'm a hot mess. Yeah, back in the days, back when I was in Russia, I was recording stuff in the studio. I actually have like some CDs with my music. It's so nice. It's so hilarious.
Like singing?
Yeah,
Or-
singing,
okay,
singing,
cool.
and I had a person that would. How do you call it? The music part.
Engineer.
Well, like, like I'm
Producer?
Yeah, like
when
we
he
call
creates
it
the beat.
phonogramma. Phonogramma, like that music, that the beats, like you guys
Producer.
are creating, producing.
Yeah.
Not okay. Yeah.
You had someone that
producer.
would produce your music and then
Yes.
you would sing on top
Yes,
of it, right?
like this,
Yeah.
yo, with microphones and stuff in the studio, and
Yeah.
we will record it, and then we will travel all over the place, and we will go to orphanages and perform to
wow.
them.
Wow.
Yeah, orphanages are like big thing in Russia. They're everywhere.
And you're singing in Russia.
yeah,
Russian.
Mm-hmm.
Why
In
is
Russian.
that a big thing?
They're like left and right, and they stopped this program where the people from US were adopting kids,
Right.
and unfortunately,
There was an issue and they stopped it.
Yeah.
They stopped it?
Americans aren't allowed to adopt from Russia
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh, I actually have a friend. We had her on the podcast, and
she was adopted.
she adopted two. She has 2 Russian kids.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I know some people too. I mean, it's sad that it stopped now.
Russia stopped letting Americans adopt, I think.
And you were right.
Because there was a situation where a child got adopted from Russia and then they like quote unquote returned the child for like over problematic behaviors and stuff like that, and
What does Russia have to do with that?
they tried to send the kid
They
back,
wanted
and
to
Russia
refund the
Russia-
parents.
and Russia found that very, I guess, offensive. But
Yeah.
I mean,
That's weird though. Like that makes
Yeah.
no sense. Why would you? What is the?
I thought it was
place
like
they're
worse.
born.
I thought it would be like a worse situation for them.
I thought it was
to
going to be
stop.
like that. They were raising
I'm sure
them
there's
against
more factors
Russian
that went
values
into
or
it
something.
than just
Yeah.
one isolated situation. But I do know that was like a driving factor in that.
Yeah. Well, how are they treated over there in the orphanages? Like, from what you've experienced, like going around, like.
Just it's sad, they just tiny, skinny, like sad faces. Like you just have like this grin,
Do
Grown-
Russians not adopt from Russia themselves?
I guess they do, and they do and they don't. I don't know all about it. I was like little, back
right,
then, but all I got from it is just that sad face, and you just like spark their light for a tiny bit, and then go on with it.
Yeah.
And what about your kids? Like, do they speak Russian?
This I should have put like on no question list. No, they don't. And you know what? Honestly, like I always come up with some kind of dumb excuses, but let me take a responsibility. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, but I didn't.
You can do what your
and-
dad did for you and pay them
pay
for
the money. Yeah. Yes, I might. They're very money motivated. Kids, it's on. We're learning Russian. No, but they do like know a little bit here and there, but they just
Do you
chose.
just not speak at home? I guess.
I don't, and I used to, I kind of like went to work pretty fast
Yeah.
and just being lazy.
Does
whatever.
your husband understand at all? Or
He knows all the cuss words.
That's what everybody always does. They always want to know the cuss words.
What's up with that? Like, why do people want to know the cuss words?
it's funny.
Because it's fun.
Yes, it is.
But
It
then if
is.
you actually meet somebody, that's the only thing you know. It's like, yeah, I know some words. And then
Yeah.
You end up looking.
Right.
So you also like traveling in the U.S. or like around the world? Like where are
I
some
would
of the
love
places you
to
like
travel around the world, but I've been to Germany and Mexico. Where
Okay.
else have I been? And in my dreams, I've been everywhere. But I think
my dreams.
yes. No, but like I would like to go to Thailand. That's like my number one. I think I'm going to Hawaii next year. It's planned. It's in plans. I'm trying to remember. I've been to Germany 2 times, Moscow, St. Petersburg, like local jumps. Ukraine. What's it called? Crimea, Black Sea, Sevastopol. I don't know.
Black
It's
Sea. Oh.
it's Crimea. I think it's Crimea. That's what it's called.
I'm not sure.
It's Russian
Yeah.
territory. Anyway,
That's a lot
somewhere where the Black Sea is.
Do you know about Dagestan?
Dagestan? Well, just from here in the country. I've actually been to, oh my gosh.
I'm just asking because we love Khabib, who's the UFC fighter. Have you heard of him?
No,
Okay.
I'm
well.
very bad at UFC fighters too.
Well, he's
No.
like a really famous UFC fighter who's like the only one that beat this guy,
Russian
Conor
guy?
McGregor.
Okay, Conor McGregor.
You know him?
I know him because I'm doing a promotion of his whiskey. That's why I know Conor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, because I'm doing promotions too. That's my other side gig.
Okay, well, he's an Irish guy, and this guy
Yes.
from Dagestan
So
beat
he
him. and-
kicked his ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, good. You're
And he's-
like, represent.
Well, yeah, he's Muslim, so like all the Muslims like love
Are
it.
like raving about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he says it very like, you know, vocally in all his stuff too. He's always like Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. like-
Oh, okay.
so
It's
yeah,
like,
they're all behind him. But yeah, I didn't know
like
what
praising the God, you know, that
Yeah.
he is.
Is
yeah,
there-
he's a humble guy.
Do you think it was pure luck, or he really
No,
fought
he was
for
really
it?
good.
Well, it seems like from what I've seen of like UFC fighters and anybody who is from any sort of sports from Russian territories, it's like they have this natural strength and dedication towards what they do. Mm-hmm. If you see Russian wrestlers and all that kind of stuff, I mean, this guy used to
Wrestling
wrestle bears.
Yeah.
So,
He has a good boot camp, then, you know.
well, it's his dad, and like,
Wow.
and they run their own operations there, and it's just like really interesting to see that.
Wow.
But yeah, no, that was
Heck to the yeah, that's awesome.
So you mentioned that you have a major people addiction. Does that?
Yeah, that's bad. Is there any cure for it?
What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
So it's me finding everyone attractive in their sort of way and getting along with people, and I wonder if there is like a profession that has to do with that, except being spy.
Sales.
Except being a spy.
Some people really think that I'm a Russian spy.
I feel like I'm just letting you know that you would make a lot of money in sales with your extroverted
Here's
personality.
the thing: I have to love the product, and I have never met the product that I would like to sell.
That's true.
You
I'm
have
just
to.
thinking of an extroverted.
Well, you're selling
situation.
yourself essentially when you're doing
Well,
the
and
MC
the parties,
thing.
yeah,
Right.
and this is what
and
I'm.
that's awesome. And
Yeah.
the way that you put it is beautiful. Like you're finding the best things in people, and you're attracted to. You find something to get. Are there people that you don't find
Yeah.
the
No,
attraction?
I don't think I've ever like.
You've
you
never
know,
met somebody where you're just like, that's a nasty person.
You know what? Usually it comes out later on with your experiences, but like your initial, you know, it's like
Yeah.
when you're meeting someone, they light your life. You know, they bring some new to you, and then maybe you can see that there's.
Does it ever screw you over by having a people addiction, and like maybe you see too much the good in people, and then it comes back and bites you?
Honestly, I'm a lucky girl. Like, I rarely stumble on the people like that, but it's been a few people, but I kind of like, I learned how to let go like super fast. Like, you just don't get, you know, you just don't let it get to you. Like, that's where the blockage, like, it's almost like you erase. If anyone like ever hurt you, again, you remember it's just your reaction to their action. And you're like, well, if that's the case, then I choose to not be mad at them.
It's the professional job would be a motivator, right? Like that would be a good. You're a
Tony Robbins.
You were easily motivated by what you read to go and pursue this business
Right.
stream that you had.
A life coach.
Yeah.
A life coach.
There you go.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I
have
know.
a
I know
life
someone
coach,
who's
and
like
she
a
has the
life
same
coach.
personality as you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, have you heard of Tiffany Haddish?
No. Tell me
She
about
would
her.
get paid thousands of dollars a week / month because she would be a professional energy producer.
That is a job for
That it is, there is a job for it.
I
and
will
you-
bring my bike and I will pedal for extra energy producing. No, seriously, I want to know more about this girl. We need to bring her on the show.
Good.
I'll pay
She's
her.
famous.
She's super famous,
So what? You guys are bringing all kinds of famous people here, It's
including you.
on, yeah.
So no, but what I'm saying is that they have different parties and stuff,
Yeah.
and you get to go and you produce energy, and that seems like kind of having a people addiction would kind of be something like that, where you can kind of use your
Yeah.
energy to get other people hyped up.
Hyped up. That's what I do. Yeah.
Yep.
From all the people that you've met, what are kind of some of your? I feel like you know a lot about different cultures and things like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I met you first time at a
Korean place.
Korean place.
Yes.
That's right. And you
Just
seem to get along. You were like a regular there.
Yeah.
A Korean place?
Yeah, what, like a
Like
restaurant?
a restaurant or
Yeah.
like
It's
store?
actually like a dive-in place, and she's all like from the scratch. It's like the real Korean joint, not like some. It's just a small thing,
like a restaurant.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But like it's like a
Korean
tiny
place.
place.
How did you guys get to talking?
Ni chang chao, ni su san. I'm just
Is
kidding.
that real? No. Oh God, you can't.
Oh,
You're
God.
gonna get canceled. Don't do
You
something
can't do
like that. Do you know the sensitive times we live in where everyone's
Yeah,
offended by
Oh,
everything.
jeez, gosh, please buzz that, okay? Just cut this out. Ni hao about ni hao, Kylan.
I didn't
There
mean
you
with
go,
the
but I don't-
people.
I don't know if that's
Oh,
meant-
with him. Oh my gosh. So, can you tell the story? I'm so bad at storytelling.
She wanted to link up and find out how to. Well, we'll talk about what the loop is in a minute,
Yeah.
but pretty much how to promote her thing after seeing and hearing like that.
No, but how
the
did
media
you
stuff
how
that we
did you
do.
even go to approach it? Is it just because of your extroverted personality? You just went up.
She messaged me.
I messaged him because here's my thing. Like, if
Facebook,
I get
mutual
something,
friends, like,
yeah,
etc.
But you guys met at a restaurant.
because
We
I
met up at
invited
a
him to the
restaurant. She
restaurant.
invited me
met
there.
up. Okay.
You guys should have said Facebook, not just
Yeah.
Korean place.
Oh, okay.
The original question was because she knows a lot about other
Yeah.
people's cultures.
No, but
So
Amber's
it's just-
question was, how'd you guys meet?
Yeah.
And you guys said Korean place.
Yeah.
Right. So now I'm thinking she came up to you like, "Hey, you
Yeah.
look different. Like, how are you?" And that's what I was interested in knowing. Like you're so extroverted that you went up to somebody and you're like, "Hi, how are you? Let's have you on my show."
Anyways,
No, not like that. No, I like so what happens is, like, when I get something in my head, I need to act on it ASAP. Otherwise, it it dissolves and I'm not motivated anymore. So I got it in my head that I need to get to be where I need to be. But returning back to the question about different national cultures, like, I have friends from Korea, Bangladesh. I'm trying to think. Hispanic, Pakistan. Gosh,
And
I
you
feel
embrace
like,
other cultures.
Italians. What's that called? Brazil. I have few Brazil friends. So, yeah.
what's your favorite like type of people usually?
So
Who do you get along with the most?
I don't know. My friend from Bangladesh, man, this girl can cook. She's like, yeah, and I admire their culture too. When they are introduced to their future husband to be on their introduction to I mean, it's like crazy.
On the wedding day, you're saying?
Yeah, almost on the wedding day, yeah.
Yeah.
But she's like one of those also like overachievers. Like, she went against her religion because by religion, women are required to stay home, raise kids, just be like
By
a house.
culture.
Culture.
Definitely not by religion.
I'm
but
sorry,
by
yes,
culture,
by culture.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so, and she decided she went through the college and graduated, so now doing her thing, and
Yeah.
that's awesome. And this is what I love about US, because there is no boundaries. Like, people can be where they want to be, and they don't have to follow what their parents told them.
And what's, for people that don't know and are curious to know and can change the perspective, what's your favorite things about Russia, and like, why would you vouch for that? Why should people like go? Where are you from, Russia, by the way?
Ural Mountains. It's the city is called Chelyabinsk. You might have heard of my city when the meteor hit it, like in 2012 or something. It was like on the news, like all over the YouTube, like the thing was falling. It fell in the lake next to the city. The glass shattered. People got a little hurt. Cause Russian people are very curious. If you don't know, now you know. They were running like to the windows to see what's going on, and that's how, like, in America everybody would be like under the table, in the closet, hide. In Russia, they're like, what's going on? Let's go see. Let's come closer.
In America, they would have said that this came from Russia.
Probably. That's possible too. Yeah, but
okay,
Russians,
besides the asteroid, why should people go and check out your?
you should, because oh my gosh, the culture is amazing. I mean, it goes back in ages. Like, everything was so, like right here. You see, we have Father Frost or Santa Claus, and he has
Father Frost.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that
Ded
before.
Moroz, Father Frost. That's
Father
what we call it.
Frost.
And then
Santa
he has his granddaughter with him, so they come together hand by hand.
Glam
daughter, yes. And all the costumes and all the art, the churches, the buildings. There's so much culture in there. The songs, what's that instrument?
The accordions,
yeah. Balalaika. It's like banjo, but like triangle.
Okay.
The triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Triangle banjo.
Oh.
Oh,
I know.
It's
I
a
know what
string
you're saying.
instrument, balalaika.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like one of the common Russian things. And
Yeah.
the people are very nice and kind once they get to know you.
I feel like the stereotype for Russians is like they're very like aggressive and like, you know, serious.
We have like that stamina about us. Like people are like serious, like, you know, like,
Yeah.
because, you know, you have to be like this, like in Russia, you know, to protect yourself.
Why? Wait, why?
I don't know. It's just like they think it's rough, you know. But I feel like now the mentality is changing,
People
and
are nicer.
yes, people are nice, and I've heard some like now people are coming to live here, and they're saying that it's cooler in Russia, you know. So I don't know.
Yeah. So we just mentioned the loop. So tell us about what the loop is.
The Loop is my side project that kind of came along with my MCing project, and this is what we were like when we met at that Korean place. We start talking about it, and this is what you guys do: interviewing people of different walks of life and different perceptions. And Loop stands for Life of Outstanding People.
wow.
I like that.
It came to me when I was like mopping the floors at home, you know.
She's making loops out of the
Yeah,
mop.
and I'm like, the loop, the loop is on fire. one day. So, but I've been doing it religiously, and you told me like if I'm gonna show like the signs of when you do it, how you do it, consistently.
Yeah.
So I've been getting different people of different walks of life, and my very first one that I was like super pumped about, actually the actor from Circus du Soleil.
Oh, wow.
The clown, and they were like touring here,
Wow.
and I hustled him down, and he came, and he actually did some charity. He like on his one day off, he does charities, and he performs for kids here to collect. He collects the money to send it to St. Petersburg, to the place where they feed homeless. So it's like a big place where the homeless come. So the money that he does here to performing for kids using his free time, it was hilarious. And ever since then, it was like, you know, my husband, of course, was interesting. And then my friends, like people of different, you know, personas, walks
Yeah.
of life.
So pretty much what you'd be doing anyways, meeting people
Yeah.
of all different cultures and
Exactly.
perceptions and walks of life, but now you're doing it in like a sort of like a vlog vlog way.
Same thing that you guys are doing, and it like brings you, you know, it brings you joy, right?
It brings you to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have met you. Well, I would have,
Thank you.
In a Korean place.
And what do you guys like about it?
About what?
Doing like interviewing people. Do you learn new things? Sometimes?
absolutely.
Every
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, I mean, just like little things even if we learn one new thing, it helps a lot, you know, like we've learned so much about just like Russia and like and the way that you approach things, and more importantly like about you as a person, because you don't necessarily represent the entire Russia,
Right,
like because we
exactly.
don't want to be the face of
Right.
an entire
Yeah.
nation or something like that. I mean, some of us do, but like but you're your own person. Like, why should people, you know, enjoy your company as Nastia and as you know, in the loop, and as Tamada?
Yeah, you got it, man.
Right?
Oh, you guys like. I feel like I've never been talked so much about myself and my life.
Well,
It
we got to
kinda
wrap this
feels
up soon, but
good.
is there
Yeah.
anything else that you want to mention or like
If you don't mind me, I would share one more
Rap?
kind of rap.
Please.
please do. Yeah.
Hold on. I cannot remember it by heart. Okay, so I don't know how much I can rap this one, but so I feel like it's kind of like my message to the people.
Okay, perfect.
And I've been through some crazy rookie situation. Like in 2016, my husband almost departed, you know, and he came back, and then we have like lots of like losses in the family, like back to back, and friends. So I know what it's like to appreciate this life, and I wanted to share the message with everyone else.
Awesome.
So, we only have one life to live, to think, to implement, to do the best, to love, to give, to make a perfect stand. One life, So get the best of it. Please shine. Please stand your ground. One life. Don't make it incomplete. One chance to be around. Don't count the days. Just live it up. Laugh, travel, make new friends. Enjoy the sky that's up above. Take risks and use your chance. So what's the moral of this verse? To live, to love, to give. And if you're following my words in life, you will succeed.
Wow.
Thank you. I love it. That's beautiful.
Now
That's
you
a-
guys
that's a
gotta
beautiful
put.
message.
Now you guys gotta put a cool like
Beat.
A beat
Beat.
behind it.
I don't think it
behind
needs a
it.
beat.
Yeah, I think it stands alone
Yeah.
great.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
we
it's
need to put a
perfect.
beat on something, yo. Please.
She just wants to get in the studio.
Yes.
Rap
yes.
some
To
stuff.
be honestly, yes, a little bit.
We can definitely do that with you too. Well, where can people find the Loop and you online if they want to follow you?
So right now
Support your message.
right now, yeah. Thanks for that. Right now I'm on the Facebook only, and it's Tamada Entertainment, Tamada Entertainment. It
Space
should come
between
out.
all of them?
No, just like one word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the Loop is the Loop, capital letters.
Yeah.
And there would be a picture of me. You cannot miss that.
Okay, and
Yeah.
we'll be sure to link that in the description. So if you want to go
cool.
check out both of those things, please do. And I think you're going to be having us on your Loop segment
Yes.
after this
Yeah,
as
so
well,
check
right?
it out.
Yes.
So
yes.
if you
yes,
want to
yes.
see a continued conversation and see what Nastia has to offer on her cool show, maybe we'll play some games and things like that. We'll definitely do that. on
Oh,
the Loop.
wait, we were supposed to be playing the cool game now.
Do you want to play it still?
We can do it on yours if
We
you
can-
want.
Ho 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 ho.
Let's
If you
let's
want.
save it for yours so then
Yeah,
people can
okay.
go and
Yeah.
check that
Yeah,
out.
people
So
from
if
here
you want
can
to see
go
us
and-
playing a cool game,
Okay.
check it out on the Loop. Before you leave, we have to ask you one last question that we ask all of our guests. Amber, do you want to take it away?
If you could describe yourself as any flavor, what would it be and why?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna describe myself as a fur coat. It's a Russian fusion salad.
Okay, a fur
it's,
coat salad.
it's a fur coat salad,
That's the most Russian salad I've ever heard in my life.
and I'm
Fur
gonna
coat.
yes, and
Okay,
I'm
why
gonna
does it
show
describe
you. I don't know, because it's versatile. It has like 6 different layers, and
this is a real salad.
it's a real salad. So that's why I described
Okay.
fur coat.
Go ahead, share it. Why?
So the first layer is herring, and then the second layer is potatoes. Then the third layer is eggs. Then the fourth layer is carrots.
But why is this
Jeez.
you?
It's
Wait,
just
hold
a
on,
few.
hold on, let him finish the salad. I'm interested. If I want to try
So
this
at
one.
Order
the, dude.
After
you-
the carrots, okay, we got
Then you got onions. Then it's a thick layer of mayo. Oh no, of mayo,
all
and
right.
then
You've lost me right there.
and then
Thick layer of
bits,
mayo.
and then bits on top of it. I'm gonna show you the
Bits?
picture. Bits.
Like bacon bits.
Like not
Oh,
like
okay.
toots, toots. No, not like that. Like bits.
Beets.
Like
Okay.
BEATS.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, beats.
The flavor is because it's just a
Wait,
few-
Like the vegetable beets.
You
Yes.
said
Yeah.
bacon
Yes.
bits.
You said
Randomly.
bits.
Where'd you get
You
that
said
from?
bits because people usually top things off with bacon bits.
And I said it's bits. It's that
Yeah.
red
Like the
thing.
vegetable.
The
The
vegetable.
beets.
Vegetables, yeah. Because it's just a concoction of everything.
Okay.
That's why. That's
I
it.
think that's perfect.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
What are your flavors? Hold on. Wait.
You're gonna have to go back.
Yeah, it's
and
gonna be a
listen to
long
find ours.
episode.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, briefly, we'll just say what we picked as our flavors. We did this a long time ago when we first started, but I picked mint chocolate chip for the reason that I like to keep it fresh, learning new things all the time, and adapting to where I'm at. But I never forget my roots, which is the chocolate chips, and plus I love the chocolate.
Okay.
Keep it sweet.
Yeah, I think I was orange starburst. I was always optimistic, I guess. So
And a
there you
burst of flavor.
go. Burst of flavor.
Yeah, and I was sprinkle just because I don't really bring anything to the dish, but I'm just a little sprinkle on top. That's just a little extra add-on right there.
She looks like a sprinkle
I'm
right
just
now.
kidding. No, I mean
The
it's
key word is extra.
yeah.
She's extra.
I'm extra. That's
Okay.
really it. And sprinkles are very extra.
That's so nice. I like it a lot.
Well, Nastia and a banana, E to the Z.
A to the Z.
Oh, A to the Z. I said E to the
Z.
Z. A to the Z. And then what'd you say after that? Something.
Come rhyme with me.
No, come swim with me.
It was something different every time. Thank you so much for being here and
Thank
sharing
you
your
so much.
story.
Appreciate it. it.
This was so much fun, and I know people are gonna love this and enjoy this, and they're gonna check you out. So thank you for being here. Thank you for all the listeners.
My pleasure, my honor.
Yeah. Thank you all the listeners for tuning into another episode of Strange Flavors. It's been another week.
Another flavor.
A little less stranger.
We'll talk to you next time.